Bienvenidos a la lección para viernes 7 de noviembre. Estamos en un nuevo capítulo, capítulo 10, se llama Los Recuerdos, which talks about, we have los temas de la familia, los miembros de la familia, las relaciones en la familia. A really good word they introduce us to is el parentesco, which is the family relationships that we have, the family relations. Our book asks us to make sure we're very solid on los miembros de la familia. If you need to go back to capítulo 4, tiene las palabras de la familia muy básicos, como los abuelos, los tíos, las tías, los hermanos, los hijos, sobrinos, nietos. So you got to be very solid on those words. Soltera, single, divorciado, gemelos are twins. Okay, so that is point one. You've got to know your family words in order to talk about your parentesco. All right, in our chapter, a few really great phrases we have are using the verb parecerse a, to look like someone. So if I asked you, ¿a quién de tu familia te pareces? Who do you look like in your family? See, it's reflexive, the to form on the end with te. You would answer the yo form reflexive, and the yo form has a sound change with the me parezco, with a Z. Me parezco a mi tía. I resemble my aunt, or I look like my aunt. Another phrase they teach us is llevarse bien or llevarse mal con. Who do you get along with well or badly with? Te llevas bien con tus amigos. Do you, lo siento, te llevas bien con tus hermanos? Do you get along with your siblings? Sí, me llevo bien con todos mis hermanos. Yes, I get along well. So you see how that is reflexive. Okay. Another thing to make sure you're very solid on is el tiempo del imperfecto. Remember, the imperfect tense is a past tense. In this chapter, well, we had it in the last unit that we covered, which was chapter 12 about health, talking about what you were doing or how old you were, how you felt. In this chapter, talking about childhood, you're going to use the imperfect a lot, the majority of the time. So en página 318 tenemos las terminaciones, los verbos a, como manejar, por aba, abas, aba, abamos, aban, manejaba, manejabas. Okay, los verbos er, er verbs tienen las mismas terminaciones, ia, ias, ia, íamos, ian. I just really consider two irregulars, although they include ver as your third irregular. But ir to go, like to say, I used to always go. Iba. These are not endings, these are the actual verbs. Iba, ibas, iba, íbamos, iban. Era, it was. Era, eras, era, éramos, eran. Ver, they consider irregular because they keep the E in the stem. So veía, veías, veía, veíamos, veían. Okay. So that would be something to refer back to if you need help. So theme number one in this chapter, el parentesco. What family relations do you have? Describing your family. Secondly, a major theme is la niñez. La niñez means childhood. Okay. Aquí vemos la palabra la niñez, childhood. So if we look at our photos here, we'll see the verb in the imperfect. Saltaba. Saltaba la cuerda en el patio del recreo de la escuela. So we use the verb saltar, to jump. So in this case, the aba now makes it something we used to do in the past as a child. We would always jump rope. She used to jump rope. She would jump rope. So even though you're phrasing something as would jump rope, it's not conditional. Conditional means hypothetical, something you would do if you were in the situation. But when you say I would jump rope, I used to always jump rope, that's in the past. So you're using imperfect, saltaba. especially if you're having trouble with your verbs and you're trying to look up in a dictionary or a translator how to say, she would jump rope, it's not going to translate it using the imperfect tense. So make sure you are familiar with aba and ia. Montava, used to always ride the seesaw. Volaba, jugábamos. You see the imperfect verb used in these kinds of sentences. Preparábamos la cena. Mirábamos. Okay. You have two homework assignments for tomorrow, for Friday. One is Actividad 7 in página 301. This is a matching. This is matching what about La Niñez de los Famosos. So, what are some things that these famous people did as children? So we're matching Cristobal Colon, Rigoberta Menchú, Gloria Estefan, Rafael Nadal, Andy Garcia, Oscar Ruelos, y Jose Marti. Alright, for example, you got Christopher Columbus. He was a navegante, explorador. So what did he like to do as a child? We would say number 4, quería navegar por todo el mundo. Quería in the imperfect. He would want, or he used to always want to navigate the world. So you're going to match these famous people with what they would do as children, what they used to do maybe as children. Finally, your second homework assignment for Friday comes from Actividad 8 en páginas 302. Okay, so this is a listening exercise, although looking at this video lesson you can kind of view it as well. So in Activity 8 you'll see 5 individuals or 5 scenarios. We got Thomas, we got Omara, who's the mother of Ramades, we've got Julian, who's the brother, Ireda y Eliana are his sisters, and here is Ramades. So these are all the people he's related to. We want to know what his family members used to do in the past as children. So what did his dad used to like to do? I did an example for each. I did an example to show you, and then underneath I have one that I would like for you to try. So for example, I said that his dad, Thomas, used to always like to throw a stick with his dog or play catch. So I used the verb tirar, to throw, I put it in the imperfect, and I said, Tomás, el padre de Ramades, siempre tiraba el palo con su perro después de las clases. So here I said, and I wrote it for you, Thomas, the father of Ramades, siempre tiraba el palo con su perro después de las clases. Tirar, used to always throw the stick. So I would like you, for number 1, for his dad, Thomas, to make a statement talking about that he used to ride a horse frequently. So you're using this photo to talk about what he did frequently as a child. So you would say, Thomas used to always ride a horse con frecuencia, frequently. So use the verb montar. Number 2, I talked about Omara, who's his mother, and I said that she used to always sell shaved ice as a child. This is like having a lemonade stand. So, Omara, la madre de Ramades, vendía el granizado con frecuencia cuando era niña. And I wrote it out. So, Omara, with verb vender in the imperfect tense, used to always sell vendía granizado frequently, con frecuencia, cuando era niña, as a girl, as a child, when she was little. Okay, so the one that I want you to piece together for Omara is that she would always listen to the radio with her mom as a child. So you're matching this picture with his mom, saying Omara used to always listen to the radio, or would listen to the radio with her mother, and the frequency is always, siempre. Okay, so use the verb escuchar. Okay. With Julian, I use the picture for playing with animals. So, Julian, el hermano de Ramades, siempre jugaba con los animales cuando era niño. So took the verb jugaba, used to always play, with animals when he was a child. And I want you to say, Julian used to always go to the movies every weekend or on the weekend. So you have the verb ir, and los fines de semana means the weekend. So you're going to piece together to say, Julian used to always go to the movies as a child. Okay. Number 4 are the sisters, Irrada y Eliana. And I said, Irrada y Eliana would always, patinaban en línea los fines de semana. So I paired the picture of rollerblading with the sisters, and I said the sisters used to always rollerblade los fines de semana, on the weekends. Alright, I use patinar, patinaban en línea los fines de semana. So I want you to piece together one for playing with dolls. Irrada and Eliana used to always play with dolls, so jugar. And then finally, number 5, ramades. I used the one about skateboarding, and I said that Ramades siempre montaba en monopatín cuando era niño. So I use skateboarding. Okay, I'm using montar, to ride. Montaba en monopatín cuando era niño. When he was a child. Si era there. I want you to piece together, used to always play soccer after classes, or would play soccer. Okay, again, jugar in the imperfect. Okay, so to recap, you have 2 homework assignments for tomorrow. One is on page 301, exercise or activity 7. It's a matching, what famous people used to do as children. And the second came from activity 8 that you listened to. I would have you number 1 to 5. And so for number 1, I want you to piece together with the imperfect to say, Thomas would ride a horse frequently. So use the verb montar. Montar is a great verb to say things like to ride a horse, ride a bike, ride a skateboard, anything like that. You'll then number to 2. Number 2, you'll piece together Omara used to always listen to the radio with her mom using the verb escuchar. You'll number 3. Number 3, you'll piece together Julian used to always go to the movies as a child on every weekend, los fines de semana. Number 4, you'll piece together that the sisters used to always play with dolls. Okay, and then number 5, you'll say Ramades used to always play soccer after classes. Okay, well, buena suerte, and let me know if you have any other questions.